thank you. Take a look at this video here from Shanghai. The city streets, once filled with people, are now virtually abandoned as the coronavirus has the nation on lockdown. Our Janelle Ford is live in the newsroom following the latest developments. Janelle.
Well, Xavier, yesterday the daily death toll from the coronavirus outbreak topped 100 for the first time, adding to growing concerns that the current cases are only the tip of the iceberg. There are more than 42,000 confirmed cases of the deadly virus across the globe. 13 of them are here in the United States, but several Americans abroad have also been infected. In Japan, at least 24 Americans are among the more than 130 confirmed cases aboard the quarantined Diamond Princess cruise ship. In China, their president visited a health center yesterday to rally public morale amid little sign the disease is improving. The death toll surpassed 1,000 there. The president appeared on China's state broadcaster CCTV wearing a mask, having his temperature taken, and expressing confidence that they will tackle this disease. On the campaign trail in New Hampshire yesterday, President Trump echoed those sentiments, saying he's optimistic the coronavirus will die down. The latest case here in the United States is an American evacuee from Wuhan. The person was aboard the first flight of returning American citizens to land in San Diego last Wednesday. They're now being treated in isolation at UC San Diego Medical Center. Back to you.
Janelle Ford with the latest.